Hi everyone. Today we will discuss about how we can style the table element. So we in the HTML sessions we saw how we can create a table. A table is the grid, okay, where we show the data in visually good format. So we can understand the data properly. If we just put the data in the normal text format, okay, it will be very difficult to understand it. But if we put the data in table format where we can understand it properly, like if we have some cricketer statistics for batsman or for bowler, we can understand how much innings he or she has played, how much runs or wickets has taken. Okay, so all those things whenever we see in the table, okay, it is easily understandable. So we always prefer table for showing the data. Whenever we have some data, we always go with the table to show that data. So it is easily understandable, comprehensive to our end user. Okay, but then when we implemented our table, I will show you how it was looking like. So what I will do, I will open the same table which we saw in our CSS part. So now it is looking good. I put some CSS or some HTML things, okay, that I will remove it, okay. Okay, so I will remove this style, inline style now. Okay, then I will remove this border property right now. I'll just comment it out. So this is the default table, how it will look like if you don't provide any CSS. Okay, so without CSS this table will look like this. So we need to style it properly so it will look better and visually impressive to the end user. Okay, so first thing what we will do, first we will apply some border to it. We will just create some dimensions. We will just understand how much our table is. Okay, now there is nothing is there, so first we will apply the border. Okay, so if you go to our table example, first we have table element which is the container for that table. Okay, then other parts are like caption and then column groups. Okay, then we have header, okay, that is t head, which will have column headers. Okay, it will have column headers, like these are the column headers: name, physics, chemistry, maths. And then inside we have t body, that is the area where we will have the correct what we can say our data. Okay, whatever data we have, that it will have ABC 92, 91, all those data. And then if you want, we can have footer also, but in our case the footer is not required. Okay, so if you see, go through the example. So we have table container, then t head. Inside t head we have created tr element, that is for table row. Okay, that is for table row. And then we have table heading. Just like that, inside table body we have table row. So for each row we need to create this tr element, okay, for each row. So now if you see, we have almost five rows in the body part, okay, and one row in the header part. So I was having this one element of tr for the header, and then we are having five tr elements. Okay, so I need to apply the border to these elements. Okay, first I need to apply border to these elements. So I will go to table style. Okay, we'll uncomment this part. Okay, so I will show you one by one. So first I am giving border to the main root container. Okay, so now this table container has border. Okay, this table container has border. Now I need to have border inside also. We know how we create the tables. Okay, it will have some normal border also, rows and column thing. This border is only for the container. Okay, so inside that also we should have the individual border for each cell. So this is one individual cell, this is again one individual cell. So we will have border for this individual cell also. So if you see, this is my individual cell th for header part, and for body part I have individual cell in table data. Okay, so I will apply border to them also. Okay, so I have now border. It looks better now that we have some rows and column lines, and that we have some what we can say, some kind of grid dimensions. Okay, we can understand how much the cell size is, how much is the real table is. Okay, previously there was nothing. Now they all the borders are placed, and we can understand how much the size is. Okay, so according to this it is looking again, this border, this cells will be go with the content. Okay, it goes with content. As you can see here itself, the chemistry is taking this much space, so this chemistry content has decided the width for this whole column. Okay, if something is present here, okay, on line row number 4, and if it is more in content than chemistry, then again this width will increase. According to the content, the width of the column will increase. Okay, so we will see one by one all those things. First thing, what we need to do here, if I zoom it, okay, this is looking good. But if you know the Excel, if you have used Excel, so you can see these tables look like this, means it will have borders. Okay, so it, as you can see, whatever data I will put, it will have border, but there will not be a spacing in between the border. Okay, if you like this kind of styling, it's okay, you can go ahead with this style of kind of styling. But many of the practitioner, what they do, they just remove this spacing and collapse all the borders. Okay, they collapse these borders. Okay, so how we can collapse these borders and remove this spacing? For that we have property that I will apply on the root element, that is the table container. So I will apply border collapse property with collapse as the value. Okay, to this property I apply value as collapse. So see, now all the borders are collapsed and spacing has removed. Okay, now this again looks better. Okay, if you want to see the difference, what we can I can do, I can create one more table. So for table 1, I keep this property as it is. For table 2, I remove it. So we will just see the difference, okay? And it's up to, it's subjective, okay? Some may like, some may not like, okay? So it is not a standard that you should have collapse property. It's up to you and the designer requirement. So each and every project will have some designer, and they will design some or what we can say, the web design they will create, and according to that web design you need to create the website. Okay, so you need to follow the designer's web design. So as we can see, this is the collapse one and this is the not collapse one. So it's up to the developer or designer, okay, what taste they have regarding the design. Okay, some may like this one, some may not like this one. Okay, so it's up to you. Fine. So now I will just uncomment this part. Okay, and we will work with this first table. Okay, fine. Now what we can do, I will just put something here. So I'm putting some random content and I want to see. Okay, so I will put some more. Okay, so as soon as the content has increased, okay, so the width of that particular column has increased based on the whatever content is the largest, then on depending on that content, the width has increased. Okay, so now see some what will happen with the this thing. Okay, So every time if your data is dynamic one, right now I just put this static data. This is the static one where I put directly all the data inside it. Okay. But sometimes our data comes from databases. Okay. So databases where the data is stored on the remote machine. Okay. From that remote machine, we fetch the data and then show it on the websites. Okay. So this is kind of dynamic data. Whatever present in the database, we will show that. Okay. And the front end, this part of HTML will not knowing the data from the initial stage. Whenever it will receive that data, whenever it will render that data, according to that content, it will size the width. Okay. But this is not a correct way. According to the content, if you size the width, okay, so every time your table will look different. Okay. Sometimes if you have this much data, then width will be this much. If your data becomes less, okay, in the next time when your user comes and database, the value has been changed, okay, for this thing, okay, and now the changed value is this much. Again the table will show like this. So we don't want variable length column. Okay, we want something uniform here. So what we do, we apply the width to the column. Okay, we apply width to the column and we apply one property to the table. So always column will follow the width of the heading. Okay, column will follow the width of the heading. Okay, what we can do for this, first we need to apply one property, table layout. So what it is saying, controls the algorithm used to lay out the table cells, rows and columns. Okay, so it will not go with the content, but you will see the different. So if we put auto, so it will be automatic table layout depending on the content. If you use fixed one, so whatever we need to provide some width to the heading part, and always the width of that column will be based on the width of the heading. Okay, the width of the column will be based on the width of the heading. Okay, and then other part is like you can calculate it using calculate function or have variable already defined somewhere, and these things, this is related to inheritance. I don't want to change the table length on variable basis. Okay, but I want fixed width. Okay, always a fixed width I want. So that's why I put this value table layout as fixed. Okay, now what I will do, now I need to define this header width. Okay, for all the header I need to define some width. Okay, so what I will do, table, we already have table th, that is header part, and I will provide some to show you. So with this table layout fixed, okay, with this table layout fixed and whatever width you provide to heading element, okay, so it will be always the fixed width of that column and the content will not this column. Okay, one part. So you can always, whenever if you go with the table thing, you need to lay out the table with fixed algorithm, that is whatever the width of the heading, it should go with that formula only and not with the content thing. What we can, so we can see the heading part is aligned properly in the center, but the data part is aligned to the left side. Okay, so what we can do, we can align this content to the center part so it can look better. Correct. So what we can do, data part, okay, text align center property to this. So now our whole content has aligned to the center. Now this looks perfect. Okay, instead of that left align thing, if I remove it again, like this heading, but our content is in left hand side. So what we can directly do, we can apply property here as a text align center. So it will be center align. Okay, now all the content is center aligned now. Now next thing, what is table. Okay, you can have the color to these tables. Okay, so what we can do here now, for headers, okay, for heading row, okay, this row which is available for heading, we will apply some color. Okay, T head. So directly I will apply background color to whole T head part, okay, and not will apply background color to individual TH element, okay, because our T head itself is the one row, okay, it's the container, or maybe you can apply, okay, so apply to this directly instead of applying to individual element. So what I will do, I will apply to TR, okay, T head, TR, and apply background color with some. Fine. So now the heading we have with some background color. Okay, whole background color we have some heading. Now if you want to apply background color to the body part, okay, we want to apply background color to the body part. So what we can do, we can row, okay, and apply directly to T body. So I will apply to whole T body and let's see what is the result. Okay, first I will apply to T body. If it works, then good. Or else we have the option of TR again. T to apply T body and we'll apply yellow. Okay, so it is applied properly. Okay, I will just reduce the intensity. Fine. Now this table is looking at least for compared to white background, so it is looking good. So this is one part, okay. Using background color you can have uh, have some background to your heading part and body part, okay. Then most of the people patterns, so let me just show you. So sometimes people go with the alternate background colors also, like here you can see one first odd row, okay, that is number one is having the again white gray. So again this looks better instead of having the one common background. They just go with alternate pattern or zebra pattern. Some people call it as zebra pattern, as it is having white gray like of pattern. So let's see how the pattern. So what I need to do now for the here I need to apply TR row level because I'm going to apply pattern on row level. I want to apply color white background to this first. Again for third I want white and for fourth I want gray. So this is row level I am changing the background color. So now we don't want common color. So again we need to provide TR. Okay. Then I will apply pseudo classes here. Okay. Colon and then nth child, okay, tr nth child, that is the what is the child number of that t body. So tr is the, for this we are applying for tr only, okay, and not to child but to the tr, what we can say child of the tr, we need to give spacing in between like this, and then it will apply to child, okay. But when we don't provide spacing, then it is applied to tr, okay, directly, means this child means body of the child, okay, okay, t body which is tr, okay. So whatever the number of tr means, here in this case what we will put, if I put 1, that means whatever the first instance, first child, okay, that means instance of tr child in t body, that is our first element, okay. So apply this style, okay, whatever. So I will just save it, okay, and let's see the result. So see, okay, whole first row style. Right now I will remove that span thing, row span part, okay. of the tr element of the, okay. If I put here 2, it will apply to second instance, okay. So this is like tr colon m child, that is second instance of the tr in the this. So it will, okay. Now we have 5 tr elements, okay. As you can see, we have 5 rows, okay. So we are not going to create 5 css for each and every child, okay. And here, we have from the database. So at that time, you will not be knowing how many count will be we will be having, how many rows of record we will be having, okay. So how you will create a dynamic css, okay. How you will create a dynamic css where it will work, okay. So css which will work in every cases whatever the count of the data, okay. So first thing what we can do, so instead of this 1 2 3 4, we can provide odd, okay. 2n minus 1, I will provide odd only, so it will be better to understand. And we'll create another one with even. For odd I will provide actually gray, I will, and let me put even and odd. Fine, yeah. So with the child element using even inside, a little bit white background only, and thought that it is not working. So I will remove this content. Can have directly the whole background to be of same color. But I think this one goes better with many people like this zebra pattern. Okay, right now I didn't choose proper colors also. Even you can change the white background little bit grayish, so it will be little bit better thing. But this one looks better than other thing which I can put for all the rows. Okay, instead of giving same color to all rows, this is better. Okay. Now, what we can go ahead with the, we are done with the background color, okay, and we are done with the border and the color thing. Now, what we can do, how we can add the font, okay. So I think this is better way where I can show you how we can add the font. So I will go to Google Fonts. Let's find out some good font for our table. So I will take this one only directly. Okay, we can go ahead with this one. Okay, so what we can do, we need to first copy the link, that is the external style sheet, as we have the link here for our external style sheet that is present in our repository. This is the one which I will be downloading from the internet, that you can see it has href, and that is fonts.google apis. Okay, so same thing I will copy it and paste it in my thing here in my hair element part. Okay, so I have copied it, and it is easy. You have given all the things what you need to copy. So now here it is mentioning also to embed a font, copy the code into the head of your HTML. We done with this thing. Now to apply this rule, we need to select this part. So font family Roboto, that is the name of this font. Okay, that is the font name Roboto. Okay, we have applied, and sans serif is the one actually that I will discuss about that part. Okay, first we will go with this thing. Okay, I will save this import. Okay, now I will go here. Now here we need to apply this thing to individual th and td part, because that is the place where the content is placed. Okay, let me just try with here also. Directly I will apply to the container. Okay, so the content has changed. Okay, now it is looking in roboto. Let me remove it, so you will, or maybe we can have our table one again, and we'll show you another table 2 we can have, when we can see the difference. Okay, so you can see the difference. Actually the difference is very minor, maybe, but at least it is visible with the boldness of the font. Actually this, the one which is default style, is the bold. Okay, this is the default size style actually. The second table is without the external style sheet from Google. Okay, and this is the first one is our Google font. Okay, that I have imported. So this is thing. So you can see whatever looks better for you, and import it and style it properly. So for me, I am okay with this, and we will not put our time into try and error. This one is fine for me for my table. Okay, so this is great. I will remove this table, but you understood the differences. Next thing what I will show you is the why we added the sans serif. Okay, so we already discussed about some of the part, like if your property is not compatible with the older browser, or if the value is not compatible with the older browser, in the cases it will ignore your property. Okay, so we already know about it. If you apply some new property, CSS property, or if you apply a new value to the existing old property, old browser which are not compatible with these values will ignore those property. Okay, and it will show whatever content it has, and it will not throw any error, and will stop your website working. Your website will work as it is. Only thing is that it will ignore the incompatible part. Okay, whatever that browser is not compatible with, it will just ignore it. So in case of font family also, what happens if this font, okay, is not compatible with that browser, or if this link, okay, if you are if your browser is not able to connect with the font.google API, not able to download this CSS file, okay, whatever the font is, it it is not able to download this font. Okay, then in this case it will go with the default font. Okay, so if I check somewhere else, so we have this much default fonts. Okay, Courier New, Franklin Gill, all those Times New Roman, Arial, Cambria, all those things. So these apply everywhere. Okay, they are applied everywhere. So you need to define, if this doesn't work, apply this one. If even this doesn't work, you can go with the Times New Roman, like this. So you are giving the stack of your font. Okay, you are giving stack of your font. Okay, and then it will be like this. So if one doesn't work, it will go to this one. If this doesn't work, it will go to this one, like this. So this is tag. Okay, now we have done with the most of the part of our table. Now the caption part is pending. Okay, we didn't apply any style to our caption, so we can see already the font is applied to the caption because we applied that font family to whole table container. Okay, whole table container. Let's what we will do, we will capitalize all these things. Okay, all the letters. Okay, instead of small cases we will capitalize all those things, and then we will put some padding and margin, all those things. So we have table, and inside that we have caption. Okay, table, caption, text, transform, capitalize. Okay, so this has capitalized the first word of all the words. Okay, it has capitalized, as you can see, controls the capitalization effect on elements text. We don't see our S is small, I is small, so it capitalized the first word. Let's see if it is having some other property. We will try with other properties also. Capitalize, that it will put the first letter to capital, then lowercase, uppercase. So let's put uppercase, so it will capitalize all the thing. Okay, so it has capitalized thing. Now there is no spacing between the caption and the table, so I will just put some margin bottom, like 5 pixel is sufficient, I think. Yeah, that's sufficient. So this looks better. If you want to apply some background color to this or something like that, you can apply to this also, but this is fine. I think what we can do, we can have font weight also, it's bold. 500 is fine. So we have this caption. We provided margin to it, so it has some spacing between table. Okay, and that is the part. We can change the color also for this one. So all those normal properties we know that we can apply to this thing. So the important things for the table, I will just revise through it. So first important thing is the table layout part. Okay, that you need to keep it as a fix. So whatever width you apply to heading part, it will apply to the column. Okay, and if some dynamic data comes up in the content, it will not affect the width of your column. Okay, it will not affect width of your column. Then border collapse you need to apply. It's again subjective. If you want your border to be having spacing between each and every cell, you can ignore this property. If you want collapsible and no spacing between borders, you can have this property handy with you. Okay, then we apply border and border collapsing. Okay, then we discuss about background color. So first we apply some background color to heading. Okay, we apply uniform background color. So for that we use t head tr and directly apply background color to that row. Whole row we apply the background color. Then for the body part, if you want to have one common color to the body, what you can do, you can directly apply a color. Okay, background color to this table t body. Okay, directly apply color to this table t body. Then if you want to have this zebra pattern like this, then you can have, you need to apply the color row wise. Okay, so that's why the entry of tr comes here. Okay, so we have tr and then the nth child, that is tr only. Okay, so what is the child instance of the body? Okay, for the tr, so for odd numbers, okay, we apply white, and for even number we apply some way variety version of the gray. Fine, so we have this gray and white thing. And then for caption you can have the same property which we saw in the previous sessions. We can have margin bottom, font weight, you can have text transform, you can have underline also to the caption. So this is the part. So whatever the table we were having, we have improved it. Okay, so if I will provide that same table. Yeah, so this is the normal HTML table. Okay, from here we progress to this one, a very good looking table. So I want you also to practice these things, okay? And if you have any doubt, you can ask me in the comment section, okay? So thank you guys. We will meet on the next session. Bye.